Hi there, my name is Ellie and I'm an African elephant and I'm a girl. Right now I'm in a country called Tanzania, a country in Africa. I'm with my family, my mother, my sisters, my brothers, my grandmother, my aunts, my cousins. Grandma knew how to get here, so we walked and walked for weeks and followed her here. She is almost 60 years old, and she knew the way. Her mother showed her, and she showed my mother, and one day I will show my family how to get back here. It may not look like we're walking very fast, but we walk over 30 miles a day, and of course we are always eating along the way. We walk through forest. We walk across rivers. Sometimes we stop and play. We walk up sandy beaches and can climb hills too. We need to walk to keep our feet and legs healthy. Our feet have big soft pads on the bottom. My big sister Tansy is right behind me. Look at the pads on her feet. This is my cousin Afri. He's 1 year older than I am. Come play with me over here, Afri. Afri and I are never alone. We always have family nearby. This is my cousin Baby Boo, the little one in the grass. His sister's hugging him with her trunk. Everyone looks after Baby Boo so he won't get lost. Listen, and you can hear his mama talking to him in rumbles. We elephants can talk to each other miles away with our deep rumbles. Listen. That is Aunt Tusky. She's getting some delicious bark off of that acacia tree. And see those long white tusks? Those are elephant big long teeth. Yeah, they are teeth. She uses her long teeth tusks to push the bark off so that she can eat it. Our tusks will grow all of our lives. Look way out there. See that big elephant? Look at his tusk. They almost touch the ground. He must be pretty old. So, see my tusk? Look hard. They're just starting to grow. They look like tiny teeth. Tusks are really useful for other things like resting your trunk when it gets really heavy. And I'm really strong. Do you want me to hold my trunk straight out for a long time? Do you see the tip of my trunk? I have a point on the top and bottom of my trunk, and I can use them like fingers. Let me slow it down. Look good now. See the points on the top and bottom? They're very sensitive, so I like to touch and feel everything around me. I can use my trunk to get a bug out of my eye, or just to rub my eye if it's itchy. My cousin Afri can even curl his trunk up over his head, reach way back, and touch the back of his head. And he can make an S shape too. Trunks are very important for us elephants. Of course we breathe through our trunks. If we didn't have trunks, how would we reach down to get grass and water? I can suck up water into my trunk and then pour it into my mouth. We can use our trunks to flip the grass around a lot so the dirt falls off. It just feels good sometimes to be flipping and flopping a trunk around. And sometimes I can just flop it around and don't know where it's going. It's fun. When I'm big, I will be able to reach up with my trunk and get leaves out of tall trees. Can you think of a brown spotty animal with a long neck that eats leaves from a tree? Yeah, a giraffe. Maybe one day I will even reach higher than a big giraffe. See how that giraffe uses its lips and long tongue to reach around the branches to get leaves? Look at that tongue. elephants don't have long necks or long tongues. So we use our long trunks to reach up into the trees. Some trees and plants are like medicine, and they make us feel better when we've been sick. Oh look, Aunt Tusky found a really nice vine to eat. That looks easy. Let me try. I found one. Let's see. I'll pull it up and up. Oh, it's long. Well, that wasn't so easy. Aunt Tusky makes it look easy, but it's not. Twisting your trunk around and making thousands of trunk muscles do what you want is hard. And do you notice anything big on my head? Yeah, my ears. Elephants have big ear flaps. Don't they make me look bigger? Our big ears are very important for us elephants. We can fan them back and forth to keep cool, but not in the same way a fan keeps you cool. Look at those ridges. They are blood vessels called veins, and when we fan our ears, the blood gets cooler and it flows all through our body and keeps us cool. My favorite place to cool off, though, is a mud puddle. Let's go jump in the mud puddle. This is a deep mud puddle. Well, Mama doesn't want me to go in. Oops, I slipped, Mama. I didn't mean to. Okay, I will get out. It was kind of slippery, though. Mama says I can learn by watching my cousin Muddles over there. He is an expert in getting into mud puddles. That is why his name is Muddles. I'll see, you have to bend your knees and see how deep the water is with your trunk, and then slide in. Then you try to get mud all over you. Can you guess why we love to have mud all over our skin? Well, I'll tell you why. For one thing, those little biting insects like mosquitoes and flies and ticks can't bite through the mud when it dries on us. I know that our skin looks like it is really thick, but let me tell you, we can feel it when those little bugs bite us. Sometimes it's just fun to kick and splash in the mud. I guess he splashed some mud in his eye. Another reason that we elephants love to have mud all over us is to keep us from getting a sunburn. Yeah, the mud is like a sunscreen lotion on our skin. I guess he didn't get nearly enough mud on his rear end. From an elephant point of view, you can never have enough mud all over you, as you can see. And the thicker it is, the better. Well, let me take that back. Sometimes we might have to rub some of it out of our ears or wipe some of it off our face, but that's okay. We can easily do that with our trunk, so it's not a problem. Then to top it off, we use our trunks to throw dust and dirt all over us. Have you ever used a powder on your body after a bath? Well, that is what we do after a mud bath. So now Muddles has a good coat of protective mud on his body. Wrinkles! Sometimes, even with all of the dried mud that's on our backs, those little bugs and insects get into our wrinkles. So, guess who helps us out? Birds. We get help from the birds. They can get insects out of our wrinkles with their beaks, and they get a free ride and a free meal. So even though we travel long distances every day, we do take time to play. Play is important for everyone. These are two boys in my family, Jumbo and Boots. They're best friends. They love to play and to wrestle with their trunks. See those ears sticking out? Jumbo is trying to make himself look bigger than Boots, and Boots is saying, "No, I'm bigger, see my ears." And, and Jumbo is throwing sand with his trunk and looking tough. I want to go back to the beach and play with Boots and Jumbo in the sand, Mama. No? But Mama says I need to get bigger to play with them. Okay, I get the idea. I've got to go this way. Sometimes I have seen Jumbo just dare Boots to wrestle with him, dig his tusk into the ground and try to move the earth like a bulldozer to show how strong he is. Or even get down on his knees and beg Boots to please come wrestle with me. Please. They keep testing each other to see who's stronger. And they put their trunks in their mouths so they can smell what they just sniffed. Like a lot of animals, they can smell through their mouths, too. Oops, he got Boots in the eye. You can really see the finger-like points on their trunks. With their trunks, they touch and tickle and smell each other. They really like to play and trunk wrestle, and they are very best friends. Speaking of tickling, you know, sometimes when you have a tickle or itch, it can be very hard to reach. Well, we elephants can figure out a lot of ways to get to those hard-to-reach places. And when the bottom of my trunk itches, I can just curl it up and scratch it on a little tree. But this guy needs a big tree for scratching, one that won't bend. So what do we do if we have an itch and don't have a tree in sight for miles and miles and miles? Well, we just have to scratch on somebody standing right next to us, and that solves the problem. Or if you're little like me, you always have your mama's legs nearby. You can scratch on them. Well, with all this talking, I'm getting a little thirsty, so excuse me, I'm going to get a drink of milk from my mama. I bet by now you can see that I love being an African elephant. And I've had a good time telling you about my life and meeting my family and showing you some of the things we do every day. My mama's rumbling to let's go. So, bye for now. Bye-bye.